Hi, I'm Calvin Elizabeth, wedding photographer based in San Diego. Today I'm going to be talking all about how to choose the best room to get ready in the morning of your wedding if you want the best possible photos. I am very passionate about helping all of my couples choose the best locations for their photos, whether that be for their portraits or for getting ready. I find that a lot of people don't think about what their room looks like when they're choosing it to get ready in. A lot of venues will offer getting ready rooms that I honestly would avoid at all cost because sometimes they're just not the right conditions for great photos inside. So for example, I'm gonna kind of start with the worst to the best, and I'll also provide some alternative options if you have to stick with these really bad options. So the worst thing you could possibly have is a room with 0 windows and dark furniture or dark walls. That is going to be extremely dark. And you might be saying, Calvin, will they have lights in the room? Well, usually that's not ideal. I actually turn off all artificial lights when I walk into a getting ready room the morning of the wedding in any area where I'm going to be shooting, because the color of artificial lighting is usually not very flattering, and a lot of times it's coming from overhead, which can create shadows in your eye sockets. So if you guys want to test this out, see kind of what it looks like, go find a lamp and sit right under it when it's on, and that's kind of the effect it gives, whether it's stronger in the getting ready room or not as strong, but it's still going to give that really kind of eerie ghost story type look. So that's not what you want. And kind of the step up from this would be a room with 0 windows and lighter colored walls. I have had to work in rooms like this before, and it is really not ideal, because the thing is even though cameras can shoot in those settings, even though we can boost our digital settings to make it really bright even in a dark situation, that doesn't mean that it looks good. I like to have good lighting. It's not so much the quantity of the lighting. So again, you could have a bunch of lights turned on in the room, but that's not a good quality light. My favorite kind of light is natural light coming in from a window. That's going to be really clean colored light, and it's going to be softened by coming through the window. If it's a little harsh, you can always close some shears and kind of have it come through that. That is my favorite and most photographers' favorite kind of lighting when it comes to getting ready rooms. Now, some photographers will work with flash, and I will if I absolutely have to in a getting ready room, but I don't like to, because at least for my style, it's different for other people and they work with flash and getting ready rooms very well. I want this to be a more serene morning, and I don't want my flash to be going off. I don't want to be distracting. I want just everything as it is and me working with the natural window light when I have it. Now, the next thing that you could have is a hotel room with windows, but kind of dark walls, dark furniture. There's a couple venues in town that are like this, and it is so frustrating because the light is just so dark in the room, and because all of the walls are dark, they really absorb the light. Instead of having light colored walls and a window, which is the next step up, which reflects light around, so it's a lot more even in a way. You still have the directional window light coming in, but the shadow parts are filled in a little bit by the light colored walls bouncing light all around you, which is really nice. So if you guys want to demonstrate this, one thing you can do is you can go over to a window, and you can have the window on your right or your left side, and then place an object or a person next to the window facing you so the light is hitting a side of their face, and then take a white pillow or something large that is clean and white and place it on the shadow side of them, and you'll see that light fill in. So that's what's called a reflector. So a lot of times large white walls are reflectors in the room, which is why I love shooting and getting ready rooms that have lighter walls, lighter furniture, so it doesn't suck all that light out of the room. So the best possible situation you could have is a room with multiple windows and light colored walls. That is my favorite. Usually corner rooms of hotels, sometimes suites, have multiple windows and they have them from different directions. I absolutely love that. That is my favorite situation, and one that I get very rarely. Usually I'm shooting in a room that has one window, one really large window, and light colored walls, but I love when I have multiple windows to work with because I have different lighting options, and it just fills the room with light. Usually the more light I have, the happier I am because it is so much more beautiful to work with. If there's no light in the room, there's really nothing to work with. So this is why I really prefer a getting ready room that's light, colored on the walls, light furniture, and then lots of windows. So that's typically going to be a hotel. A lot of venue getting ready rooms are pretty dark, they're not near windows, or they are, but it's just not ideal. There's a lot of furniture and stuff going on in the room. I like to have a room as clean and decluttered as possible so we all have space to move around. There's not a lot of distracting objects in the background. So if you are one of the people who is currently stuck with one of the bad lighting situations, don't get upset. One thing you can do if you cannot get out of that room is at least have your photographer get you into your dress in a different location. So what I mean by that is not just strip down in a public location and put your dress on, but put your dress on most of the way so you're covered and then go somewhere else with better lighting to do the actual zipping and whatnot. This is what I do for a lot of weddings where the getting ready room is not ideal. I will take them somewhere much more beautiful with natural lighting to put the dress on photos. So I had a wedding in October. The venue room was pretty dark. You guys will see this now. The bride and I talked about this ahead of time. I said, okay, we're gonna focus more on the photos after you've kind of gotten ready, once you're getting into your dress and your bridesmaids helping you all of that. So we did all of that outside right in the front of the property and it worked out great. The guys were all the way down in the basement so they weren't gonna see the bride, and then the guests were nowhere near arriving, and it was a really beautiful, lovely spot and it turned out really great. So you can be a little bit creative with your photos if you are stuck in a room that is not ideal for your photos. So that is pretty much it. I know that's a really simple answer. Usually hotels are your best bet. I would look on their website, check out what their room looks like, see if it's spacious, see if they have pretty color furniture. If they've got pukey yellow walls or gross artwork, I would say probably skip it because that's going to be really distracting and not very good to look at in your final photos. Basically, whatever is in the background of your getting ready room is probably going to make its way into your photos at some point throughout your gallery. Now, I will move things if I can, but I can't be moving like giant TVs, artwork that is not movable from the walls. And then another tip for this is to make sure that whenever you and your bridesmaids are getting ready, that you guys designate a corner of the room or a closet to put all of your stuff, because I've walked into so many getting ready rooms, bridesmaid things are all over the place. There's suitcases, purses, cell phones, all these things, and I end up having to either ask them or move it all myself because maybe it's close to the window, it's where I want to be shooting. So the best bet is to have everybody store their stuff as far away from the windows as possible, or in a bathroom or in a closet, and that way they're least likely to be in the background of your photos. Your photographer is not going to have to spend valuable time cleaning up. That's time that they could be spent shooting you or shooting your details. So just make sure that you have the room as tidy as possible. I will typically also move phones on the floor, like hotel phones that are on the nightstand. Those go on the floor. They have no business being in photos. Alarm clocks on the floor, anything like that that you can think of the day before. I actually did this for my own wedding. I cleaned up all of our room before our photographer came in so that she didn't have to spend time doing it, and I made sure that if she forgot to move it, that they were not going to be in the photos. So that's just something a little bit extra that you guys can do if you really want to make sure that you get the best, cleanest possible getting ready photos. So that is it for that. I also wanted to announce the winner of my book giveaway from last week's video. The winner is Jenny Tan. So Jenny, you have 48 hours to email me your full mailing address, and then I will ship the book out to you. If I have not heard back in 48 hours, I will be choosing another winner, but congratulations, Jenny Tan. And then the last thing I did want to talk about is really important, so please don't click away. You guys have a couple more days to register for the Wedding Hacker Expo. I am going to be giving a talk during the conference all about how to have the most beautiful photos possible. It's going to be a really fun talk that is kind of different than something I've done here on my channel, so please go watch it. We also have amazing speakers like Bride Chillo. We have people talking about finances. We have Jamie Wolfer on there. We've got people talking about cakes, all sorts of things, as well as how to make the most out of your budget, which is going to be really amazing. I hope that you guys will sign up. It is absolutely free to sign up, which is incredible, but if you want to watch it forever, or if you cannot watch it August 17th and 18th, then you can upgrade to the All Access Pass, which I actually really recommend doing. But if you can't or don't want to do that, you can catch the course for free this August 17th and 18th. It's going to be absolutely amazing. There's so many great giveaways involved, including another copy of my book. There's so many things on that list. Like, I wish that I could enter for it, and there's going to be a lot of really cool promo codes as well. I'm going to be giving out a promo code for you guys who want to buy the book but have not yet. So that is going to be all on the Wedding Hacker Expo. So I will leave a link to sign up down below. I really hope you guys do. If you do end up signing up, leave a comment down below. I will see you guys next time. Bye!